Yo. The Spongebob musical. I'll admit, when I first heard about this idea, I was incredibly skeptical, as I think everyone else was too. I didn't really think too much about it, but when this image is the only thing I had to go off of, I really do think that we all felt the chance of things going very, very wrong. Maybe not this wrong, but still wrong. Clearly, we were all proven wrong, and things went very, very right. I remember a while back in like mid-2017, I was working on something at my desk, and a friend of mine was sitting on my bed behind me watching some clips from the show when it was still in Chicago. And I remember turning around several times throughout, just shouting profanities at how solid the vocals sounded. But then, what really sold me, and I will never forget this, was this part right here. I watched this happen, and I thought, oh, okay, this guy's not f***ing joking. They're really not messing around. This is good stuff right here. I'm about to take up your time and tell you why I love the SpongeBob musical. For those of you who aren't familiar with the musical or the songs or anything, the plot of the show centers around the eruption of Mount Humongous, which is this underwater volcano that is threatening to destroy all of Bikini Bottom and all of the citizens. That's pretty high stakes we've got going on here. First, I want to talk about visuals. Oh my god, David Zinn is a genius. This set, clever, adorable, unique, colorful, inventive. So you see all these crazy neon contraptions on either side of the stage? They're pretty cool looking, right? Guess what? They are fully functional. There are a couple different parts of the show where boulders from Mount Humongous crash towards Bikini Bottom, and you best bet that these boulders are launched from these incredible contraptions after going through each of the several different layers. Another awesome part of the set that I really love is actual Mount Humongous itself. When Sandy and SpongeBob sing Chop to the Top, they're climbing up the mountain to get to the top. And it's made of little cardboard boxes. All the different sections are on their own sets of wheels. So the way that the scene is staged is so simple, but it's so effective. And the peak of the volcano is like this huge web of ladders, which, mind you, are totally sturdy and climbable. You best bet my boy does that with no safety lines. He is wiggling through all those little tiny gaps through the rungs. The clever and eccentric simplicity of these pieces make for entertainment in and of itself. Second part of visuals, the costumes. Listen, I will preach about how much I love these costumes till the day that I die. These costumes are brilliant. Taking a cartoon character and turning them into a human being with human features that suggest the shapes and colors and body parts of the original cartoon, that's my jam. I love thinking up outfits like that for casual character bounding or Dapper Day or anything like that. So to see it done so well and on Broadway, my god, it's like a dream come true. Sandy's hair suggests her helmet. Patrick, Squidward, and Pearl's hair resembles their cartoon version's head shapes. Mr. Krab's giant boxing gloves suggest his claws. Plankton has an eye patch because he only has one eye and two brains to resemble his little antennas. The cleverness of it all! It's just freaking brilliant. David Zinn, you inspire me, and you easily deserve that Tony Award. Another hugely important piece to this insanity puzzle, Mike Dobson. And this very important piece of the show becomes so second nature and seamless that a lot of the times you don't even really realize it's happening. Throughout the entire show, Mike Dobson plays various sound effects of several characters' steps or actions. These little sound effects add so much to the atmosphere and immersion of the performance. He is just an adorable hero that was absolutely integral to this production. Alright, y'all. This cast. Oh my god. Okay, obviously when you're on Broadway, you gotta be talented a little bit, right? In most situations, you gotta be a little bit talented. Of course. Right. No shit. It is unfair how right every single person is for their role in this show. Not only are they, as people and actors, very well fit for the roles that they were cast in, but each of these roles that they have really showcase their strengths as performers. Christina Sajou! Oh my god, a light, so precious. Such solid vocals and so much emotion. Her smile is so infectious, and I'm so happy seeing her have so much fun on stage. I love all of her little whiteboard moments. I think they're so silly. Kevin Lee, everybody's favorite former chimney sweep. Can you even believe how perfect of a Squidward he is? So funny, great character voice, tap dances with 2 extra legs, and so incredibly charming! You seriously can't help but love him despite how sour Squidward is. Wesley Taylor, the physical comedy, the mastery, such precision. Homeboy had me rolling. Also actually killed me with his dancing. I said triple threat. Who? How dare he be so hysterical and vocally strong and be able to just jump right in and get down and dirty with it. Gross. He's talented. A big reason why I have such mad respect for this show is because of how many people in principal roles were making their Broadway debuts. I am so glad that the creative team and casting directors went with people who were truly right for the roles rather than people with just big names. Did y'all know that half of the principal cast were making their Broadway debuts with this show? The only reason I'm ranking it like I am is because of what's in the playbill, but look, 3 out of these 6 people made their Broadway debut with this show as a principal character. I'm so proud of them.
But first, a very important Broadway debut.
Let's talk about Jalen Josie. I don't even know if I need to say anything. This is a true, if you know moment. This girl is gifted. She is now 21 years old and already rocking everyone's world with her freaking stellar vocals. Just go listen if you haven't. Even if you have listened, go listen. You know what? I'm gonna listen right now. She deserves the freaking world. Go support her right now. Brian Ray Norris, oh my gosh, what a voice. I love his energy and his silly facial expressions. We love big Mr. Krab's energy. Unrelated, but he is also a very talented photographer. Danny Skinner is a delight. He is so funny. He is so precious. He is so good. So you've got the silly, goofy character, whatever. But then he starts singing? Y'all, what? Oh my god, so clean, so good, so much fun with so much heart. I am so proud of him and I genuinely cannot wait to see what is in store for him because by God, he deserves more. Also unrelated, his Instagram stories are hysterical. Okay, it's time to talk about It is time to talk about Ethan Slater. Everyone knows how disgustingly talented he is. This man is the true definition of a triple threat. He has created one of the most unique, energetic, and physically impressive performances that I have ever had the pleasure of witnessing. After seeing clips of his performance like I talked about earlier, I was immediately overwhelmed with pride that he was being recognized. I mean, somebody who has clearly worked so hard to reach that level of a performance deserves nothing less. It is so much more than just a really good Spongebob impression. He's out here doing cartwheels, flips, splits, high kicks, breakdance poses, and don't forget, climbing a web of ladders. Even with all this craziness, at the base of it is this big-hearted, optimistic, hopeful character that is struggling to overcome doubt. I am so proud of Ethan Slater, and I have been since October of 2017. Here's the proof. Also, since the closing of the musical, he has released some original music, and I highly suggest that you go listen to it because it's lovely. I went to go see the Spongebob musical in July of last year, 2018. I was having a rough summer, my emotions were everywhere, and this show is exactly what I needed. I'd saved up money for my summer job, and after being convinced by my mom, I flew up to New York to go see the show after listening to the cast recording for months. By the grace of God himself, my rush ticket was in the front row. Coming into the Palace Theater and getting to witness the story about optimism and staying happy and choosing happiness, it just felt like a party for 2.5 hours, and it absolutely turned my summer around. It was an absolute blast. I even hosted a watch party for the Nickelodeon broadcast this past weekend. What I really loved about it is how exciting it was to see how much the cast has grown since the cast recording and when I saw them in New York. And even all the various television performances they did throughout their run. It's become really evident to me that I just really enjoy shows that are just a great time. Especially when, in life you have to deal with so much garbage. As cliche as this sounds, it's nice to escape from that and just have an unapologetically great time for 2.5 hours. Getting to watch these people who are stupendously talented get to do what they love and share this story, that just adds a whole new layer of how much it meant to me. I'm so excited that the world gets to experience it with the broadcast and with the national tour. I highly encourage you to check it out if you haven't already.
There is so much more to this show, such as its political relevance and incredible diversity within the cast. More reasons to check it out.
The broadcast is now available on Amazon for only $3. I think that's all I can say without going off on a tangent about how much I love very specific things. But really, thank you so much for listening to me ramble for however long this video ends up being. Hopefully I'll try to stay on track with making more videos talking about things that I really like, because it's pretty easy. I hope to see you again real soon.